Today I wanted to talk to you about Disney princesses. I've been strolling through the internet as I usually do, and I noticed that sometimes when I go and search for Disney princesses, I notice that there are some pictures that kind of look like... Sometimes when I see these images with Disney princesses and then some of the girls with the Disney princesses aren't actual Disney princesses, I get a little annoyed because I'm like, but no! Now, I'm usually not mean or picky about these sorts of things, but it kind of gets on my nerves that they would consider some Disney characters to be princesses, and some of them are, but they don't belong in that particular area. Because I'm a little picky about this, I made a big list, bunches of lists of who are considered Disney princesses and who aren't. The first thing that we're going to start off with is the Disney princesses, the original 6 Disney princesses. These include the first 3, the very oldest Disney princess characters, Snow White, Cinderella, and Aurora from Sleeping. The next 3 are the ones from the 80s to late 90s, which are Jasmine, Belle, and Ariel. Not in that correct order though. But these original 6 are the ones that we all knew and grew up with our entire lives, and they definitely should be considered Disney princesses because they were either born of royalty or they were married to royalty, and they all can sing. Then I have the list of new Disney princesses, which are only 2, Tiana and Rapunzel. They will eventually become added to the classic Disney princess characters eventually, once the younger kids who grew up watching Princess and the Frog and Rapunzel grow up and they get into high school and stuff. The next list I made is the Disney warrior princesses. These consist of Pocahontas and Kida from Atlantis. I put them in a separate category because some people would consider people like Pocahontas or Kida to be princesses because they are not of the European traditional sense of a princess. Other people just don't think that Pocahontas or Kida is any sense of royalty. But I think for Pocahontas, in her own Native American culture, though she is a daughter of a chieftain in Native American culture is somewhat similar to that of a king, so you can't really say that she isn't at all a princess. And same thing with Kida. Her father was a leader of Atlantis, so she could be a princess too. The only thing about Kida as opposed to Pocahontas is that Pocahontas actually sings. Kida does not sing in the movie Atlantis at all. So by some Disney standards, you can only really be a Disney princess if you sing in the movie. At least that's what I've heard, but I'm not exactly sure about that. Then you have another princess named Giselle. She is not technically a Disney princess. I like to call her a fake Disney princess because she was made for a movie that kind of makes fun of all the other Disney princesses, and they kind of put them all together to make Giselle. So I don't really technically call her a Disney princess in a sense. Now there's another princess that not very many people remember. I don't really know how to pronounce her name, but her name was like Princess Elwini or something. It's like a Welsh kind of name. She's a princess from the movie The Black Cauldron. She isn't considered a princess either because she doesn't sing and because the movie wasn't very well received. So she isn't a very well-known Disney princess. And then sometimes I see people putting pictures up with the Disney princesses with animals on them. But I consider them in a separate category called Disney animal princesses. One of them is Princess Marion from the Robin Hood movie where, you know, she's like a fox. And I don't know if Nala is considered a Disney princess. Definitely Simba's daughter from the second movie. I think he had a daughter, right? Yeah. Now I've also made a list of Disney heroines, but they're not Disney princesses. I don't care what anybody says, but Mulan is not a Disney princess. She was born from a family who was not royal in any sort of way, and she didn't marry anybody who was royal in any sort of way. So she is not a Disney princess. She is a Disney heroine, but she's not a Disney princess. Jane from Tarzan isn't really a Disney princess. Alice from Alice in Wonderland is not a Disney princess as far as I know. I'm sure she's born of a rich... Wendy from Peter Pan is not a Disney princess. Again, she's born of a rich family. Megra, I don't really think is considered a Disney princess. Now, you could say that Hercules is a prince because his father is Zeus. They rule the heavens. I personally don't really consider Zeus to be a king. Esmeralda just really isn't a Disney princess at all. And Tinkerbell, just no. And then I made a list of cartoon princesses who are not Disney princesses. Odette from the Swan Princess is not a Disney princess. She is a princess, but her princess thing was made from a different company. Same thing goes with Anastasia. Disney did not make that movie. It was somebody else. I think it was like the WB or something. I know that Warner Brothers did make Thumbelina though, and he marries the fairy prince guy, and she becomes a fairy princess. So there you have it. The only 8 that should really be called Disney princesses are that of Snow White, Cinderella, Sleeping Beauty, Ariel, Belle, Jasmine, Rapunzel, and Princess Tiana. And that's it. None of the other ones. At least this is just what I personally think. Now, you may have a different opinion, so if you'd like to put that opinion on who should be considered a Disney princess and who shouldn't, you can put a comment down below. Lastly and sadly, I've been running out of ideas to put in these videos, so I was wondering if any of you want to put an idea down below on what I should do. Like, I don't just mean like a synopsis, but I mean like a challenge. Like if you want to give me some sort of challenge to do, or give me an idea of what my next video should be, just put a comment down below and I'll look at them and I'll pick one. Alright, adios amigos.